You can put this bow on a hair tie, an alligator clip, hot glue it onto a headband, and the best part, it's super easy to make. You just need one strip of fabric cut down to 12 by 3 inches, fold it in half, and then pin it because we're gonna sew it in just a little bit. Now to get the classic pointed ends, we wanna fold it again and we're gonna chop off the ends. I personally just eyeballed this, there's not really any measurements involved, and so now it's time to sew down the raw edges. But when you do, make sure that you leave an opening in the middle because we're gonna have to turn this out. Sometimes I get a little distracted when I'm sewing and I forget, so I put extra pins in those places to remember to, hey, stop for a second, don't keep sewing. And then I already did this part, but I wasn't recording. Go ahead and cut off the corners after sewing, but make sure to not cut the seam lines. And now we're gonna turn this right side out, and one of my favorite ways to do this is by using a straw and just pushing the outside through. And I cannot find my dowel to save my life, so I'm using my whisk to poke out the corners, but be careful because I did in fact poke a hole in this exact project. After you do one side, make sure to do the other, and then we are almost done. You want to press all of that down with your iron now, and then we're gonna sew that opening closed. But instead of sewing just the opening, we're gonna sew all the way around the entire thing to make it really pretty and finished looking. The final step is kind of the trickiest, and it's tying it together. One thing that helped me was using that same straw that we used earlier, making my 2 bunny ears, and then doing my best to tie it together. It's only difficult because it's so small, but really just the more that you keep fiddling with it, the more it's gonna come together. I use a straw one last time to fluff out the little loops, and that's really all there is to it. You can use so many different fabrics, you can give them away as gifts. The possibilities are endless.